Yeah. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. I know. We are starting today off with the fem lines because we are doing a duet. So, can I hear myself? Hear myself. There we go. So, yeah, we're starting off with the fem lines for this next book. And then that is what we are doing today. We're on chapter 20. What happened? She can't look at me after sex. Okay. She glances over at me nervously before going back to her reflection and begins to brush out her brows. She's doing her makeup because they're going in to work today, so that's where we are. At least right now. What? Oh, something is loud out there. Um, they're flirting with each other in the bathroom. A full-on... Oh, yeah. This is after that rough night of multiple O's. Hendrix? Hendrix, we can't. We're supposed to be going to your job. You sex fiend. Let's put the D on the end of that, giggity. You sex fiend. Good morning, strong as glass. What? He picked out her outfit for her. 'Cause they're going into the job. That's kinda... You want me to wear that to your office? Aren't you afraid people will stare? Why does something have to be the matter? Hendrix? Okay, we've got that. We've got that together. So they're dressed now and they're about to go to the office. I don't want security. What do I need security for? And what does he say? He gave her, she now has her cell phone and wallet and all the things that she wanted. So there's that. Oh, King, thank you. Good morning, Dennis. It's a beautiful day. King, I have my own money. I don't need... So he cuts her off with a kiss. Let's put that in there. King, I have my own money. I don't need... I don't normally wear them. My hair's too thick and it covers my ears. Sounds like my mom. He's asking her, why aren't you wearing earrings? He told Dennis to stop the car so she can go back and get her earrings. 'cause he wants her in earrings. Excuse me, sir. I knows it. We have to do the femlines first. King, what the hell? Why? We were almost to the main street. Yes, Mr. King. Yes, sir. Be there shortly. That I'm okay and that I'm with you. She finally gets her text messages to her friends. He says that you're with me, huh? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They want to know who the tall, broad hunk in the green tie was, and how did he learn to fight like that? Jesus, Mom's so pissed at me. You had Pablo tell her I was with you so she knew the whole time? And she thinks I was purposefully ignoring her. These are the cleanups from her not being there. Okay, Lily. No problem. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. No, I don't think so. I don't even know what that is. I guess I'm just doing some wild lines. So this is duet, and I have to do my fem lines for the chapter. For the chapter that my male POV has to narrate. Okay. Okay, some hitting is okay. Da-da-da, don't even think about it, Izzy. I'll punish you, I swear to God. Desire flashes. Oh, shit. You're not the only one that can give out a punishment. Okay, so what is it? Gustavo, contact Marcus, and tell him to bring Christopher at 4:30. Yes, sir. He's about to let Christopher know. Back the fuck up. She's mine. King! This is what I'm talking about. You don't talk to me about anything. You just do. No. Husbands are supposed to talk to their wives, inform them when things... Yes. He's like, isn't that what you want me to do? Good morning, guys. Husbands are supposed to talk to their wives, inform them when changes have been made, when decisions need to be addressed. You're good at fucking, but you have a lot of learning to do when it comes to actually being a part of a marriage. Oh, let's get a little bit more loud with that one. You're good at fucking, but you have a lot of learning to do when it comes to actually being a part of a marriage. Did you even think to consider how I would feel? I love how my mouth is like ba 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 ba. Right, focus. Did you even think to consider how I would feel? Huh? That you're meeting with him? What could you possibly have to say to him? She's pissed that he's going to meet with her ex-boyfriend. What could you possibly have to say to him? All right, let's keep the intensity. I did not for that last part. That you're meeting with him? What could you possibly have to say to him? Cool beans. He says, I'm only going to tell you one more time, and one time only, Isabel. You watch what you say to me in public. Okay. My anger diminishes some as I see that towering over her in the seat while she's hunched down. And I swear, if she were anyone else, I'd rip off her outfit and fuck her, even with Dennis here. But she's not, so I sit back, yank the lapel of my suit jacket, and clear my throat, waiting patiently as she sits back. She sits back up and rearranges herself. Fine, King. God damn. Alrighty. Anything else? Paparazzi's outside. And she's surprised. She didn't know exactly how famous he was. Oh my God. What the hell? I thought you were just an architect. Why are they out there like that? Paparazzi's trying to get him, take pictures. It's okay, sweetie, you're okay. Gustavo, hire another security guard. She's like, no. It's going. No. No, King, it's fine. I'm sorry, it's just first-time jitters. I don't need another bad accent. Go to bed. We're working here. I don't need another guard at my back. Please don't. I'll be okay when the newness wears off. We don't need another person on payroll. It's unnecessary. Thank you, King. No, she didn't pay attention to anything. Hi, Miss Shelley. Thank you. Yes. She looks at me. Oh, this is when he gives her her own design company. He bought the whole floor and was like, here's your design company, boo. Run it how you want. I.S. King? You trust me with your name? Can you kiss me? So she's all crying and stuff. And we have Blair. Blair is her new assistant. Mrs. King, welcome. It's so nice to see you. Okay, I enter. Okay. Great. And Sylvia is his. So, the difference between the two secretaries, they have the same tone, one talks slower than the other. They are sending text messages back and forth. He needs to have this meeting with Christopher. I know. Believe me, baby, I'm only gonna say it once. All right. Be cool. Be an adult. Babe, this office is so dreamy. What can I do to thank you, Izzy? Sir, Mr. Jameson is in the lobby waiting. Alone? Okay. I suppose you're right. Yes, sir. I'll send him right in. All right, and then he has his little confrontation with Christopher, but there's no femme voices in there, so you'll have to read the book. All right, be cool. All right, and then he has a chat with Christopher. He gets on the elevator with Christopher as Christopher's leaving, and then King stops on the floor of Isabel's new architect company. And sort of as like a, fuck you, look what I did for her that you never did for her. King! Oh, King, let me show you my office. It's so wonderful. You can't hear the meeting because it's not in my chapter bio, wife. And I'm pretty sure it will sound better with the mask male voices instead of mine. All right, let's fix her king. We peaked a little bit, giggity. King. All right, cool. That's good. All right, great. We are saving this chapter and we are moving on. Save. Oh, shoot. They kind of brown chicken, brown cow in this one. Y'all are just gonna have to be muted. Good morning, guys. Thanks for hanging. We are doing the damn thing today. Is it gonna be a long day? Multiple shifts. Okay. It is my name, I believe. Just no dashes or anything. It's also in the bio, in the tree or something. I think I put it in there. Okay. This is chapter 21, Payback. Oh, it's Christopher's payback. Okay. 21, Payback. Isabel. At the sight of my husband's hungry gaze, my heart bangs hard. I have half a second to process the clearly veiled danger and desire in his eyes before he's on me, snatching me to him by my elbow and kissing me with a passion so desperate that it forces me to bend back, arching my breasts into him. His hand comes up and squeezes before his fingers search. Whoa. Oh, this goes right into it. My bad. I probably shouldn't have gone live. Probably should not have gone live. Huh. Yeah. I guess I'll be back live. If you guys are on the other apps, feel free to hang around. But he eats some cookie and Christopher comes in. So no, this is explicit. Swallow it, he growls. Well, so Clock App, good morning. Hi, LB. Clock App, I'll be back. Other than that, I will be on Twitch and Discord and Insta to do this chapter, and I'll come back, like I said. Forgot. My bad. Oh, yeah. Swallow it. Open your mouth. Yeah, this is a no-no chapter. My bad. Good morning. I don't keep a straight face. I giggle all the fucking time. All right. Bye, guys. There we go. We are switching this. Okay. I don't keep a straight face. I'm like, be cool. Don't giggle. I'm giggling. Be an adult. Those are my catchphrases. Yeah, so this one is new. I turned 40, everyone. We're on a side quest. I turned 40 and I started to do things that I wanted to do. And so that includes getting tattoos. So I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 tattoos. 4 tattoos since March. But yeah, I'm living the life that I should have been living. All right, let's go. Let's play. And get that little sultriness. Yeah, so I guess if you want to say this is my midlife crisis, I didn't buy a motorcycle. I got tattoos. Maybe some piercings, but yeah. Nah, no piercings. But yeah, okay. And we're focused and we're doing this chapter. At the sight of my husband's hungry gaze, be cool. At the sight of my husband's hungry gaze, my heart bangs hard. I have half a second to process the carefully veiled danger and desire in his eyes before he's on me, snatching me to him by my elbow and kissing me with a passion so desperate that it forces me to bend back, arching my breast to him. More than one titty? Now that I'm not on the clock app, could say what I want. I'm happy everyone took a healthy way to go through their midlife crisis. Tattoos are healthy. All right, focus. To bend back, arching my breasts into him. Arching my breasts into him. His hand comes up and squeezes one before his fingers search, finding my nipple and pinching it through my top. I inhale sharply, wrapping my hand around his wrist. My pussy slickens before clenching hard. God, I want him so bad. But here, where staff is running around... Correction, only 3 staff. My temp assistant and our 2 guards, who have to know what we're doing. His hand leaves my breast to travel up my neck and to the side of my face, where his fingers encompass my cheek, circling to the back of my head. King, wait a second, I mumble against his lips. I want to show you my office. He's groaning, sweeping his tongue through my mouth and sucking my lips. Seeing he's not relenting, I lower my hand between us and cup his erection, feeling he's rock hard. I squeeze firmly, making him jerk in my hand. King growls, taking a handful of my ass and yanking me to him so violently, I'm momentarily picked up off my feet. He pulls back just a hair, giving me a second to breathe. Then his lips are back on me. Seriously? I giggle. Why ask me a question if you won't let me answer it? I manage to get out somehow as he's tilting our heads so he can get even deeper. Fuck, the way he's kissing me is so erotic. My heart draws to a dead stop at his... Oh, shit. He says, because you're not going to answer me with your words. You're going to get down on your knees like a good girl, open your mouth, and let me fuck your face as a thank you. Yes, sir? Yeah, that's why I was like, ooh, sorry, TikTok, too soon. My heart draws to a dead stop as his lips leave mine, and the absolute unhinged desire in his eyes makes me drunk on want. I lick my lips, arching a defiant brow. Right here? Right, Shelley? Breathe. You know what's gonna happen, but they don't. I lick my lips, arching a defiant eyebrow. Right here? I whisper, bringing my fingers up to caress my lips. I don't know, the staff might hear us. His eyes watch me carefully. They're hooded with desire, the irises cold as ice. He begins to strip me. Pulling off my pantsuit, he flings it across the desk, picking me up to face my office chair with my back to the door, and places me on the desk. I giggle. You're so adventurous, King, I whisper. King slips off my panties and makes me lean back, scooting me to the very edge of the desk before he sits in my chair and then flicks me a look. He arches a brow and gives me a wicked smile before lowering his head to my throbbing flesh with a chuckle. He says, right here, but first I'm going to get that pussy nice and happy before I tear your throat up. And she's like, hee, you're so adventurous, King. Not like that, but you get it. He's like, well, I might not be able to fly you into the sky and fuck you in the clouds, but I can be just as exciting in other ways. Puts his head down, ready to go to heaven, baby. I know. Oh dear. Good morning, everyone. Lowering. Let's enunciate. He arches a brow and gives me a wicked smile before lowering his head to my throbbing flesh with a chuckle. I cry out at the first warm lash of his tongue. Let's play. I cry out at the first warm lash of his tongue. Grabbing my ankle, he bends my knee back and then outward, opening me up wide for him. Let's play. Opening me up wide for him. It's a sexy arousal feeling. Opening me up wide for him. He tilts his head and licks deeper before settling his lips around me and sucking hard. Oh, God, I whimper, lowering myself to my back and biting my lip. He's supposed to be taking me to heaven, but ironically, King's mouth feels like hell. Tongues of fire licking at me, torturing me. My brows furrow and I roll my head as he thrusts 2 fingers inside me, setting a hard, merciless rhythm that brings me quickly to the brink. King hums against my clit, lashing a few times at the tip before biting, startling me so bad I toss my head back. Shuddering, my eyes open and I freeze. My whole body tenses up and I break out into a mist of sweat right as I make eye contact with Christopher, who's standing in the partially opened door with his right arm in a cast. All right, we all knew that was coming. Who's standing in the partially opened door with his right arm in a cast. Because King fucked him up. All right. Who's standing in the partially opened door with his right arm in a cast. Oh my God. I can't move, think, or breathe. I can only stare at Christopher's eyes as Christopher's eyes meet mine. What an asshole. I fucking love it. I can't move, think, or breathe. I can only stare as Christopher's eyes meet mine. A million emotions flash in them before they narrow in anger. My hands grab King's hair tightly, and my eyes widen just as I'm getting ready to unlock my vocal cords to tell King we have an audience. He begins moving more urgently, growling erotically, smacking on and off my abused clit in a harsh, demanding tempo that has me falling over and shattering into a million pieces. Closing my eyes, Christopher disappears as I arch hard, wailing King's name. But it's no use. He continues viciously eating my pussy like it's his last meal, and he's been starved. King, no, I plead brokenly as he's determined to see me break under him again. Oh no, Christopher, you didn't like to eat pussy. All right, sir. I plead brokenly, seeing as he's determined to see me break again under him. I think he loves eating me out a little too much. I try to close my legs and wiggle away from the intense pleasure, but he jerks me back, holding my legs far apart with both his hands, and persists. I whimper, feeling myself squirt and hearing it drip down. We def couldn't do that on that other app. I whimper, feeling myself squirt and hearing it drip to the floor between us. When I look back behind me, Christopher is nowhere to be found at this point. But King won't stop. My legs begin shaking, and as I pulse hard under his administrations, my fingers curl around the edge of my desk tightly. Just one desk. My legs begin shaking, and as I pulse hard under his administrations, my fingers curl around the edge of my desk tightly, and I hang on as he literally pushes me with all his might into my next orgasm. I can't even scream. I just jerk, feeling his lips keep my clit trapped as he drags his tongue repeatedly against the tip of it, keeping me on fire for him. After a few seconds, he releases my flesh with an audible pop before kissing the inside of my thigh. I'm weak, boneless, as I just lay here, panting on top of the desk. I'm not sure how he's supposed to get... I'm not oh, mouth. She should have yelled, "No, come back." Yeah, right. As uptight Christopher is. I'm not sure how he's supposed to get a blowjob from me because I'm so relaxed. I can't do much. Downward inflection. I'm toast. That O has me sleeping. I'm so relaxed. I can't do much. He grits out, standing up. He says, "Perfect. You're so perfect. Now I can maneuver you how I want." Asa? My eyes narrow slightly as his hands come up to loosen his tie, ripping it off his neck with a sharp slice through the air. I cry out as he turns me to my front. Yeah, let's not breathe right there. That sounded like there's more. You're correct. I cry out as he turns me to my front and yanks my hands behind my back, tying my wrists together. My eyes go wide as I turn to look over my shoulder, seeing him watching me stoically as he binds me tight so I can't wiggle, not so tight. Seeing him watching me stoically as he binds me tight so I can't wiggle or move my wrists at all. You wanted him to watch, for him to see you do that to me. You're so fucking arrogant, King, I say haughtily through my heavy panting. Let's put some more panting in there. She just owed. Then he's quick with the tie. God damn. You wanted him to watch, for him to see you do that to me. You're so fucking arrogant, King, I say haughtily through my heavy panting as he picks me up and sets me on my feet. He goes, uh-huh. I say haughtily through my heavy panting as he picks me up and sets me on my feet. King grunts before shoving me to my knees. He sits down in my chair, pulls me between his legs, and then slaps my cheek with his dick. I barely get my lips parted before he sinks all 10 of his fingers at the back of my head and then jerks me on him hard. He says, he got an eyeful while I got a mouthful. And now it's your turn. Everyone's happy. Now open up. Asa? And then jerks me on him, hard. I moan at the perfect, clean taste of him. Taste, enunciate, taste. I moan at the perfect, clean. He pauses as I whimper. He's spreading my lips wide. My jaw is stretched as far as it can, and it's a bit uncomfortable. Which is sad because I actually love sucking dick, and I adore the taste and smell of him. But he's a little too big for this to be pleasurable for me. But he's a little too big for this to be pleasurable for me. Whimpering again, I work to lick the flat of my tongue on the underside of his... My mouth is stuck. Shit, I should have did some mouth exercises. I know he has no shame. Whimpering again, I work to lick the flat of my tongue on the underside of his shaft, but he's not letting me off him. Keeping himself shoved a good several inches in my mouth, making a mix of his semen and my saliva drip down my chin. Fuck it. No, fuck, I love it, not fuck it. Fuck, I love it. I pull against his hold on a moan and begin bobbing my head, gagging with every downswing, trying to force myself to get used to the thickness of him. I relax my tongue and shove forward slowly. God, if I vomit on him, I'll never live it down. I whine as he presses against the ring of my throat, stilling for just a second before pressing another inch deeper, drawing a strangled scream from me. Okay, so he says, I get it, baby, but you're going to have to learn, because I'm eventually going to want to go all the way down. But right now, I need you to just breathe and relax your throat as much as possible. Ah, he's training her. All right, drawing a strangled scream from me. Desperate, I swallow around him on a low gulk sound. Glug, 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 glug. I said gloat like a boat. Glug. Yes, he's coaching. Desperate, I swallow around him on a low glug sound, feeling more saliva drip down my chin. I've never given a blowjob this messy before. But then again, if you think about it, everything between me and King is messy. He grunts and then suddenly stomps his foot, startling me and making me yank off him with a high-pitched sound. Tears are streaming from my eyes as I look up at him. Offended. Let's delete that comma. Tears are streaming from my eyes as I look up at him, offended, but he's quickly soothing me, rubbing his knuckles across my cheek as he looks down into my watering eyes. He gives me a little smile, smoothing my hair back from my face tenderly. Obediently, I cough and then swallow, feeling the thickness of his salty pre-cum coat my throat, hopefully slicking the way for him. He says, so he stomped his foot. He said, "Goddamn, I'm so sorry, baby. Natural reaction because that felt amazing." Then he says, "Cough, it'll help." Obediently, I cough. Feeling the thickness of his salty pre-cum coat my throat, hopefully slicking the way for him. I lean forward and trace the heavy veins of his cock with my tongue, giving myself a break and time to relax. I begin to suck him in again. Suck him in again. Breathe, find your spot. I begin to suck him in again, thrusting his hands on my head to keep me balanced as my arms are tied back. As a reminder, as your arms are tied back. Thrusting his hands on my head to keep me balanced as my arms are tied back, and I can't use them to help leverage. I sheathe my teeth, suck in my cheeks, pressing him to the roof of my mouth as hard as I can, and making sure every bit of my mouth is touching him. If I can't take him down my throat right now, I still want to make it good for him. He deserves it. After spoiling me with an entire floor for my business, I'll gladly suck him off every day for the rest of my life just for that gift alone. As I'm tugging at him, sucking him down for all I'm worth, I think about how he's told me he loves me. I moan as I'm treated to another spurt of pre-cum. "You taste delicious," I whisper, catching his eye and licking the tip of his dick like a lollipop. I wait until another drop of pre-cum appears at the tip before swiping it up slowly with my tongue, then sticking it out to show him. His chest shudders as he visibly stops breathing, and his face hardens as a muscle ticks in his jaw. Found you. This is when he says, "Swallow it." And his face hardens as a muscle ticks in his jaw. He growls. Grabbing my chin and leaning down, he kisses me hard, barely giving me a chance to comply before his tongue is swiping in my mouth before pushing me back down on his dick. God damn. Did I put enough urgency in that? Grabbing my chin and leaning down, he kisses me hard, barely giving me a chance to comply before his tongue is swiping in my mouth before pushing me back down on his dick. I go happily, praying he gives me more cum. Be an adult. Be an adult. I go happily, praying he gives me more cum. God, it's so nasty. I love it. I love we can be dirty like this together. This man is perfect, and though I'm working him for all I'm worth with my mouth, he's caressing me just as much. His fingers glide through my hair, a fingertip strokes my brow, and his hand settles on the side of my head. His thumb flutters over my ear, tickling me and making me laugh around him. King hisses, and a harsh sound leaves him as his hips jerk. I can tell he's exercising an extreme amount of control to not mindlessly thrust himself in my mouth. I bob for long minutes, extending it out just like he does to me. You're teasing him now. Mindlessly thrust himself in my mouth. Got it. I bob for long minutes, extending it out just like he does to me. My lungs are full of his scent. My lungs are full of the scent of his hot, sweaty skin, his pre-cum, the perfect taste of his dick. We've got it. My lungs are full of his scent. The scent, not his scent. My lungs are full of the scent of his hot, sweaty skin, his pre-cum, the perfect taste of his dick. The only warning I have that he's close is when he bands his hands around my head, then pulls me off the tip, making me bounce my mouth on and off the tip and over and over for long minutes. Go it. The only warning I have that he's close is when he bands his hands around my head, then pulls me off to the tip, making me bounce my mouth on it. We've got this. I've also had a nose squeak, so that's why we had to stop. Making me bounce my mouth on and off his tip over and over for long minutes. We stare at each other, enraptured, refusing to break eye contact when I hear it. His lips part, and a low whimper escapes his throat, making me so fucking excited I almost have another orgasm just from the fact that I can do this to him. Loud slurping sounds fill the air as I work him desperately, and suddenly his thighs tighten, as does his fingers holding me completely still with my lips flush around the tip of his dick. Taking a page out of his book, I wink at him before nibbling hard, stroking the flat of my tongue hard against him. King jerks in my seat, throwing his head back on a desperate groan. His chest and stomach heave as he blows inside my mouth. And it's so much that I can't swallow it all. Let's play with that. And it's so much that I can't swallow it all. I pull back and tilt my face up. I need this man to come on my face. Oh shit. I was like, what app is open right now? I got self-conscious. I need this man to come on my face almost like I need my next breath of air. And boy, does he oblige. I close my eyes, feeling the warm wetness splash against my cheeks, across my nose, my mouth. His hips settle back onto the seat. We're silent, both breathing hard as we look at each other. My eyes fall down to his dick before widening. He's still hard. Oh my God. I frown. All right, you're having those girly hurt feelings because he's still hard. Hi, Daniel. He's still hard. Oh my God. I frown, feeling kind of hurt. King tips my face up, swiping his thumb across the mess on my lips. I nod my head, feeling his cum drip down my chin. He looks at me with such tenderness, my heart squeezes, carrying me. I think I might be falling in love with this man. What is he doing to me? I blush hard at his praise, letting him untie my wrists where we go into the bathroom. My office has a bathroom, yay, where he wets the washcloth and carefully wipes me off, taking a lot of my makeup with it, unfortunately. He cleaned you up, girl. Taking a lot of my makeup off with it, unfortunately. He tilts his head as though he says, "Yes, she doesn't get it, Rayleigh. You're right." He says, "You don't need that shit anyway, baby. Your skin is so perfect, you're glowing." Yeah, it is, after those O's and stuff. All right. He tilts his head as a thought enters his head. Laughing, I snatch the cloth and turn to my circular mirror, leaning in so I can wipe the corner of my eye. Yes? I bet that makes you happy, doesn't it? He says, "You know, semen's good for the skin." Mm-hmm. We share a look, and that squeeze in my heart gets deeper as he presses his front to my back, wrapping his arms around me and holding me close. All right, let's not breathe like that for that sentence. Right, sir? Excuse me, sir. We share a look, and that squeeze in my heart gets deeper as he presses his front to my back, wrapping his arms around me and holding me close. He presses a kiss to the side of my neck. I blink back tears because he looks like he's holding back from saying something to me, and I wonder if it's him trying not to tell me he loves me. I know men don't like rejection and can often get an attitude, especially once their ego is involved. Let's go on a downward inflection for that sentence. I know men don't like rejection and can often get an attitude, especially once their ego is involved. I keep my head down, rinsing the washcloth. I keep my head down, rinsing the washcloth under cool water and gets stuck on my soft palate. Rinsing the washcloth under cool water and wringing it out, high mouth. We're wringing, not bringing. Rinsing the washcloth under cool water and wringing it out while I take my time thinking. My stomach growled. King, I turn, smoothing my hands up his chest before placing a hand against his cheek. I bite my lips, swallowing the words back. I don't think I'm ready to say them, no matter how I feel. My eyes rise to his. Peeking through my lashes, I hesitate. His eyes flicker between mine as his thumb strokes my neck softly where he holds me, always holding me, cradled into his hands like I'm precious to him. Always holding me, cradled in his hands like I'm precious to him. Thank you so much for the office space. It means so much to me, I whisper, feeling ashamed. Because because what I want to say, but I'm a coward. Let's fix that. I whisper, feeling ashamed. Because what I want to say is, I love you, and you mean so much to me. But apparently, I'm a coward. And to make matters worse, King gets a look of disappointment on his face that he tries to quickly mask. It's gone so quick that I tell myself maybe I imagined it. But no, I know what I saw. My eyes flit up to him and I scrunch my nose on a frown, slapping his forearm lightly. You make me happy, I admonish, seeing him tilt his head and arch a brow at me. Yes, I gasp, my head recoiling as he just stares at me. Stop it, King. Yes, you do, King says, stepping away from me and then leading the way out the bathroom. He grabs my outfit and proceeds to help me step in. 'Cause you can't say you love him, What do you mean, I bite out. What's I don't like it. That one sound just ramped up my insecurity to uncomfortable heights. My eyes flicker back and forth as he stands behind me, does up my bow, and kisses me on the back of my head. I don't like it, I whisper, feeling hurt. King's voice is distracted sounding. I look over my shoulder. I said I don't like it. I turn to face him, seeing him take a deep breath. His color is going down, his flushed skin going back to normal after what we just shared. Ironically, that pisses me off too. I want him to walk out of here with everyone being able to know that I just had... I want him to walk out of here with everyone being able to know that I just had King's dick in my mouth. He says slowly. Well, I can't very much say, take me outside and fuck me in the street for everyone to see that we belong together, can I? So I say the next best thing. I want us to go to dinner with my girlfriends. They were asking to see me and were curious about you. He gives me a wicked smile. He chuckles, putting his arm around my shoulders and leading me through my office doors and down the hallway. The entire office is a blank slate, just waiting for me to put my touch on it. Shut up, I tease him, rounding the hallway that dumps out into the reception area next to the boardroom. Blair stands up from her seat at the reception desk and hands me a folder. The security guard probably just looked at people and was like, you can't walk down there. Here you go, ma'am. Here is a list of potential candidates for receptionists. I compiled a list of 25 based on their resume and experience. I just need your approval on which interviews to schedule. Taking the folder, I smile and open it up right there at the desk, flicking through for a minute. Blair, I say, spreading out a few of the papers. I feel King looking over my shoulder next to me. These are all extremely well-qualified people who have been in the business for I flip through more of the papers. 20 years? She nods with a sober expression gracing her features. Yes, ma'am, we want the best of the best. Okay, I get that, but... Tucking the folder under my arm, I look up at her. Do me a solid and find one receptionist who knows her shit. And let's hire a second one that needs to learn the ropes who can benefit from the experience and tutelage of a well-seasoned receptionist. Can you go back to the drawing board tomorrow and find some applicants who are maybe needing help? Someone to take a chance on them? We're not that big yet, and we don't need 2 fully experienced staff like that. She's gonna go on a downward inflection. She's the boss. She knows how to be the boss. Thanks, Omi. That's because of the other one that I had. We're not that big yet, and we're not that big yet. We're not that big yet that we need high focus. We're not that big yet that we need 2 fully experienced staff like that. Blair flits her eyes to King before looking back at me with a slow smile. That sounds like a wonderfully thoughtful idea. Yeah, security knows that they were like banging it. And they're just sworn to secrecy. That sounds like a wonderfully thoughtful idea, ma'am. I'm sure I can. I'll have more names for you tomorrow. Thanks, Blair. I appreciate all your help. She nods her head before going back to her screen. I tap my fingernails on the desk, getting her attention back. Blair? Go home. You're done for the day. Oh, I just assumed because you and Mr. King were here late that you... Her voice trails off as I try my damnedest to bite back the smile taking over my face. No, Blair, there's no reason to be here past 5:30 at the latest, unless we have clients here or I say otherwise. Go on and get some dinner. I'll see you tomorrow. 9, okay? We're just getting started, so no reason to be here at the crack of dawn. Yes, ma'am. See you at 9. Blair laughs and then begins packing her bag. King and I walk toward the elevators where Gustavo is waiting patiently in a chair, reading a tech magazine. Blair is probably getting her rocks off listening, since Gustavo's by the elevator. All right, focus. King and I... King and I walk towards the elevators where Gustavo is waiting patiently in a chair, reading a tech magazine. At our approach, he stands and keeps his face averted respectfully. King states simply, ushering me into the elevator in front of him with a hand at my back. Don't be weird. Ushering me into the elevator in front of him with a hand at my back. He asks, "It's some sort of Irish place, I think Tiffany was saying. So now they're going to Din with her friends. Fuck, I lost my spot. All right, I found it. We have a paragraph left. It's some sort of Irish place, I think Tiffany was saying, famous for their sausages. King's head tilts and his eyes roam smoothly down my outfit, making me gasp. Don't be a freak, King, I admonish, placing my hand over my mouth and looking over in shock at Gustavo, who's ignoring us as usual. King says, right in the elevator with Gustavo, "Pity, considering you just indulged in one." Don't be a freak, King. Jeez, Gustavo's here. As we plunge down to the first floor, an awkward silence swells between the two of us. I can't help but feel like something's off with King that I can't place. Hopefully, some good food and even better company will help. All right. End of that chapter. I was all like, I'm totally going to do that chapter. Not on the clock app. No siree, we're not doing that. Bueno. Okay. Yeah, no problem. So the next chapter, 22? 22, we just have femlines. So this is Hendrix. Hendrix. All right. So we are going to keep going. And then I think we're going to do chapter 23 aloud. All right, a refresher. It's raining. Schneidenhorst. Ugh. I didn't go to the gym today. I slept in because I worked the night. Giggity. I worked at night, so I slept in, and I can't go for the rest of the week because my husband's going on vacation. I mean, I guess I can go during the day, like a lunchtime gym time. Schneidenhorst. SK, I don't know why you picked all the hard words. All right. Schneiden first. Schneidenhurst. Schneidenhurst. Dear goodness. Schneidenhurst. All right. No. It's his turn for his solo vacation. That's fine. All right. And we're going to do the femlines. Am I going to take a break? I don't know. Google says to pronounce it like Schneidenhurst. Like first. It rhymes with first. So that's what we're doing. I should do a stretchy stretch. Yes, I should. Schneidenhurst. Ugh. It's okay. I'm not that tight yet. I've only been up for an hour. I mean, like, narrating for an hour. All right, let's go. And not even an hour, really, because Instagram usually shuts down after an hour. Okay, the skies open up. I whip off my suit jacket, hold it over her head as we rush to the car where Gustavo opens the door, allowing us to slide in smoothly. Oh my gosh, Isabel breathes, attempting to smooth down. Where to? Got it. Oh my gosh. Hey, Henny. Just wanted to let you know that I'm in labor. Brad will text you when it's time to come to the hospital. It's still early, so it probably won't be for another couple days. You're gonna be an uncle. T. That's his... Oh, boogies. His sister's in labor. So that's what that is. Okay. I know. The boring stuff. I know, everyone. I know. Schneidenhurst on Grand. But is some of it curly and some of it not? Because some will look crazy and then others will be straight, and I don't like that. She's talking about her hair. He texts his sister back, tells her Teresa's in labor. Oh, yeah? Is it time? I've thought about it before. He asked her if she wants children. But you know she ain't trying to have no kids if she's Poe. I've thought about it before. Okay. Okay, notifications. Great, great, great. All right, let's keep going so that we can narrate our chapter. Okay. And I need her happy, because it might soften her up enough to give me what I need. Irritated with the almost manic need to possess this woman, I beat back my feelings of discontent and put my hand in hers, giving her a smile that I don't feel when she peeks up at me from beneath her lashes. I'm restless, and I'm not a nice man when I'm restless. We're led to a back room where her friends have been sat in a private area. I hope you don't mind. I used your name thinking you'd like the privacy. I saw when we were at the restaurant when I was out with Anna that you were in a private room, and I figured you didn't want to dine out in the open. Oh, she's being kind to him. I saw when we were at the restaurant when I was out with Anna that you were in a private room, and I figured you didn't want to dine out in the open. He clears his throat. Our name? 'Cause she said your name. All he wants is an I love you, and she can't even give him that. She can't do it. Can't do it on command. King, what is it? You okay? No, he kissed her hard. She's like, what is wrong with you? And we have Brittany. Hey, is that a wedding ring you're wearing? I didn't know how to tell them, King. What am I supposed to tell them? What do I tell them when they ask me? He said, I don't give two shits. Put your ring on. Izzy, did you two get married? Yeah. What on earth? I've heard of whirlwind, high mouth. We always fuck that word up, so... What on earth? I've heard of whirlwind romances, but wow. Were y'all... Were y'all messing with him when Christopher went all out? No, I'm not a cheater. You know that, Tiff. I love you so much. Brittany. Oh. And now she's feeling some kind of way because her feelings are hurt. Oh, hi. Yeah, we're not doing that task today. Yeah, nope, we're not doing that task today. Thank you. Excuse me. She leaves, and Tiffany is super amped. Tiffany is Valley Girl. Yeah, she can't be like, oh, he drugged me and then we got married and I'm so happy now. Yeah, she can't do that. I hope this doesn't come across as offensive, but I looked you up, King, and your business is quite prolific. You've really created quite the empire for yourself. And your work, oh my gosh, top freaking notch. She's more of a Valley Girl. Top freaking notch. That building on 35th Street is to die for. I mean, it is gorgeous. All right, don't be weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird with the voices. Just just make her that Valley Girl. I mean, it is gorgeous. What's it like to be able to just create like that? I asked Isabel her decorating process and can never get a clear answer. You creatives are so interesting. Nothing. Maybe it's my time of the month coming. I don't know. She feels uneasy. Uneasy. Isabel, stop. Talk to me. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. All I want is a bath. Nothing's wrong. I want a bath is all. You were so out of pocket for having Christopher. Watch us, King. They're back home, in case you couldn't tell. And she's feeling some kind of way, but can't voice her emotions, so she's gonna brat out. And you always get what you want, huh? No. I don't have to share with you if I don't want to, King. Again, you're not happy because I won't give you what you want. Well, get over it, because you aren't always going to get what you want when it comes to me. Oh, shitty shit. Careful. All right, I need to see if this needs to be delivered with humor. Always, little demon. I always get what I want in the end. She rolls her plump lips before biting them, bumping into the desk as she quickly sidesteps in an impressive, nimble move. The slight interruption causes me to gain another foot. Uh-huh. Well, that's so very arrogant of you. Currently, I'm cloaked in darkness. The moonlight. Funny thing, she realizes she's trapped against the window pane. They weren't really chasing each other. But I need something first, and if she doesn't give me what I want, then screaming will be the least of her worries. Oh, shit. You told my friends we're married, and you didn't even ask me. He's like, why won't you say you love me? And so he's pushing her, dick twitches. He's gonna fuck her. Get on your bed, Hendrix, and she's mad nervous. Got it. His last words of this chapter were, obey me. King... Wait. Hendrix... She knows she's in trouble. Wait. All right, that's the end of that chapter. Oops, I dropped my clicker. Is there brown chicken, brown cow in this? There is more brown chicken, brown cow. I'm kind of sexed out right now, giggity. I fall silent as he sucks my earlobe. He wants to fuck her ass. I love you. Just let it happen. My throat tightens. Yeah. There's more sex. There's a whole nother sex scene. I think I have to take a break. I remember getting to this part of the book and going, oh, they're having sex again. Okay. So yeah, we're going to take a break because this is a long-ass chapter. Yes. 56. Fuck. Oh yeah, there's 3 parts to this chapter. This chapter is 20 minutes. Well, it's 20 pages, roughly. So we're going to take a break because that's about an hour of recording, roughly. Maybe a little bit more. So I'm going to finish my tea, take a break, and come back. Yeah, exactly. Linda, listen, Linda. So, duh. All right, break time. Thanks, everybody. I'll probably start back up on Twitch and YouTube again because it's a naughty scene. So yeah. Okay, be back. Yeah, it is scarce. Yeah. This was like the extra sex scene where I was like, it's kind of not necessary. But you wrote the book and we're not criticizing the book. So, because I didn't write shit, you know? All right, guys. So, break time, and then we're going to come back and do this book. We're going to do part 1, the naughty scene, and then I'll log on to TT and maybe finish up. Because I just think... Yeah, I think the first part is the naughty. This chapter's broken up into 3 parts. So, all right, be back. And thanks for hanging. Appreciate ya. All right, bye.